Hey guys, it's Mark Andrews and welcome to OCFOA Plays of the Week, Episode 6. I want to start off by apologizing for the quality of my voice. I'm just recovering from a cold where I lost my voice completely. Hopefully it'll get better as time goes on, but anyway, here we go. As with all the Plays of the Week videos, this video has been approved by Chad Wilson, and a lot of the plays that you're going to see today were submitted to me by Steve Coover, CIF Rules Interpreter. So in episode 5, we talked about kickoffs and always being ready for an onside kick. And so let's take a look at this play and point out a couple of little clues that you might have players offside even before the ball is struck. So when you're this flank official over here, you've got the kicker's restraining line. Unless you're in a 7-man mechanic, you're the only guy that can make this call. So what are you looking for? You're looking for players preceding the kicker to the restraining line. Okay, so let's take a look at this and we'll see what I'm talking about. So here comes the kicker. Now notice this player right here just moved. These guys are getting ready to move. He's already ahead of the kicker, so that should be clue number 1. Now you're looking right down that line. Now right now, if he kicked the ball, we'd be fine. This is still fine. Okay, we're good, Okay, now we're getting into not so good. Okay, now this is a clear violation. Okay, we've got that guy right in front of the flank official, and these 3 down here, and these 3 are important because look at the way he's pointing. He's going to kick it in this direction if he kicks it onside. So, as soon as this ball is struck and it's grounded, we know it's an onside kick. We got to pop a flag right here. Now watch what happens as a result of not calling this. We've got one of the players who was offside recovering the ball, and the kicking team recovers. So now let's take a look at a play that is correctly called in terms of the result, but is officiated incorrectly because of a lack of proper mechanics. I'm just going to let this run and you can see what happens. I'm going to go back and break this down in just a minute. Now watch the the umpire throws a beanbag, killing the clock, and he's going to signal direction, and then the referee's going to do the same thing. Boom. What do we got here? Now, notice the 2 flanks. They appear to be having a very deep conversation, and I think you know why. Let's break this down. Okay, so let's break this down. Let's watch it again. I'm going to freeze frame it. Okay, we've got progress stopped right there. Now, you new guys, you may be asking, well, how do I know when progress is stopped? There's an old axiom that says when the runner's legs are taken away from him. And if you watch this, you're going to see he can no longer push forward. He's being driven back. So, yeah, you can delay this whistle a little bit. You don't want to take his opportunity to get out of this away from him. But once you realize he's being driven back and he's not going to get away, you want to be coming in hard, hitting your whistle really hard and pointing at the ground, indicating that the play is stopped, holding the next play number up on your right hand, indicating to everybody that this play is over. So we just looked at a play where I was imploring the flank officials to hit the whistle, kill the play once a runner's progress is stopped because his legs were taken away from him. That's the term I used. Let's take a look at a play where initially progress is stopped, but the runner's legs aren't taken away, and the officials recognize that. Watch this. He jumps. He's not going forward there, but he keeps his feet, and he thrusts forward again. And as Steve points out, we've got a correct ruling. Look at his comment there. Runner's progress was not stopped. Runner kept his balance and feet, which allowed him to make a secondary successful attempt across the goal line. So I am not telling you guys to be quick on this whistle, but it's more about selling it. Okay, let's watch it one more time in slow-mo. Okay, right there, he's stopped, but look at his feet. He's still moving. His feet are still churning. Gets a little extra thrust. And we've got the flank official doing a great job, coming in hard. Boom, selling it. Awesome. Good job. Let's take one more look at this play. I want to make sure that everybody understands what I'm getting at, especially you new guys. This actually get a better look at the feet. See a churning one-on-one hit. Watch, listen to Steve's comment here. Progress is stopped when the runner is no longer in control. When the defense, not one-on-one, controls the runner. Those are great guidelines for you guys to use to determine whether progress is stopped. So I really went back and forth on this play, whether to include this in the plays of the week, but I kind of like it, and it's really good for the new guys. This is an illegal formation call, and we have a philosophy, and it's shared throughout CIF, that we try to make formations legal. And that means that if the player is close to being on, then we make him on, even if he's technically off. If he tells us he's on by pointing at us or letting us verbally know that he's on, we accept that unless it's ridiculously obvious that he's off. So as Steve points out, the headlinesman here is signaling off very quickly, and this receiver hasn't even gotten into position yet. Now he backs up. Probably this is the way the coach drew the play up, with the line judge's receiver off and the headlinesman's receiver on. But now we have an illegal formation by virtue of what they've signaled to each other. And Steve points out that he thinks this receiver was on all the time, and we should have just punched forward to indicate he's up and legal. The punch forward is a San Diego mechanic. In Orange County, we put our hand on our chest high, kind of like we're saluting the flag, either left or right, to indicate we've changed the status of the receiver. And then, of course, as often happens in these situations, we get a complete pass, and this cost the offensive team about 15 yards. And I want you to notice one other thing. I don't think that the head linesman who had the player off ever threw a flag. So I'm not sure what this guy had, but don't do this. If you're going to, signal off and you've got illegal formation, both flank officials need to pop that flag at the snap. And remember, this is a live ball foul, so we're going to let the play continue, and we're going to enforce the penalty after the play is over. Okay, here's a little rules refresher for you. We got a punt situation. Take a look, and the snap over the kicker's head, and as he points out, there goes the herd downfield. And why do we care about that? Why do we care if the herd's going downfield? Okay, because we could have ineligible receivers downfield. Now, obviously we do. All the linemen went downfield, but is this a penalty for ineligible receivers downfield? Let's take a look at it again. Now, notice the line of scrimmage is the 50, and he's back on the 25. Now, the receiver is where? He's at about the 32, 33 yard line. So, can we have ineligible receivers downfield on this pass? No. Now, make a pretty strong argument right there that that's PI, right? He hit him before the ball got there. But guess what? Can't have PI behind the line of scrimmage either. So remember that, okay? No pass interference, no ineligible receivers downfield. This is an incomplete pass. So we're going to get into a little bit of advanced stuff here. This is a what's called a pull and shoot technique. This is a foul for defensive holding. Watch the defensive tackle there. He's going to grab the offensive guard, and he's going to create a gap for his teammate to get through to possibly block this kick. Watch it again. Grabs him by the shoulder pads, pulls, and as Steve points out, that is a foul for holding on the defense. So this next play is very interesting. It's a pick play, and this is a play that's very easy to miss if we're not staying with our keys. So let's take a look at the formation. Let's talk about keys. This is a strong side to the head linesman side, so that means that this receiver inside is the key of the back judge. The wide receiver is the key for the head linesman, and of course this receiver here is the line judge's key. Now watch what happens. So we've got the back judge's key making a short out pattern, and we've got the wide receiver coming in, and he is going to pick the defender of the inside receiver off, and this is OPI. And again, very difficult play to, easy play to miss. Okay. So guys, what's the lesson here? We stay with our keys. Okay, there's no reason to be looking at that receiver at that moment. Nothing's going to happen there. We want to see what our key does or what's done to him. And result of this play is a touchdown. Oh, no, take it back. It's close to a touchdown. This play deals with a low block in the free blocking zone. So I hope you've watched the free block or the low block video that we put out last week. If you haven't, please do. This is important stuff. The criteria for legal versus illegal is different when the quarterback is under center versus when he's in shotgun or pistol. And in this case, he is under center. So the requirements for the player being blocked, being directly in front of the player performing the block, are not there. Let's take a look at this. So that's the player highlighted with the circle is the offensive player that will commit the low block, and the player that's highlighted with the arrow is the one that will receive the block. The line you see is the limit of the free blocking zone. Okay, there's the handoff. So the ball has never left the zone. The players that are being blocked are in the zone. Watch that player come across. There's the low block right there. And that is legal. Here are some additional examples of legal low blocks. I'm just going to let this run and let Steve's comments speak for themselves. You can see he's making the point that we don't want to be too fine on that 3-yard limit. If it's close, we're going to make it legal. So this next play involves a foul at the line of scrimmage, a dead ball foul. Let's just take a look at it. Okay. Go back. So got it one more time. You're going to see a shift by A and encroachment by B. And we've got a flag by the head linesman. All right. Is this a false start? Let's take a look at the definition. Rule 7, Section 1, Article 7. It is a false start if A. A shift or feigned charge simulates action at the snap, or B. Any act is clearly intended to cause B to encroach. So we have to go back and look to see if this shift simulates action at the snap. So guys, this goes to judgment, and judgment involves, a lot of things, including what's happened up to this point. You're going to see Steve's comment right here. 4th and 1, the offense hasn't shown any shift the whole game. That enters into this. If they've been shifting the entire game, then we can put the onus on the B player for encroaching. But let's take a look at this shift. And it's, it's big movement. This should be smoother, slower. Let's see what the head linesman has here. He's informing the referee. And what do we got? Dead ball. False start. And Steve's comment, outstanding judgment. False start on the offense as they shift in a manner that simulates a snap. Like I said, it'd be really easy to just call the foul on B since they obviously encroach, but this in a better call is a false start in this case. Okay, we've spent a lot of time talking about defenseless receivers lately. Let's take a look at this play. We're going to see a pretty severe hit on a receiver. Let's talk about what we got here. Watch the second guy come in. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so let's break it down. Now, is this player defenseless? Now, he is by virtue of the fact that he's being tackled. You can see he can't protect himself at this point. Watch the hit by the defender. Okay, we've got a hit to the head area with the shoulder. So, let's see what Steve has to say. Okay, should be called targeting. And guys, let me emphasize that targeting or being defenseless is not a component of targeting. If we see a hit above the shoulders with the arm, the shoulder, or the helmet, okay, it's targeting, and defenseless or not defenseless, it's a personal foul. So here's one we don't see very often. It's going to be a 15-yard personal foul for a face mask on the running back, by the running back. Watch, he's going to grasp this defender's face mask right there. And we see the flank official toss his flag. And he does a great job of continuing to officiate. And if you're a little bit concerned about, now obviously that face mask occurs on the 34 there. And if you're concerned about where he throws the flag, you know, he can come back and pick that up. Yes, he's 5 yards off, but if he's made a mental note of where the foul occurred, he can go back and change that flag. That's just an outstanding job by that flank official. So I'm going to be a little self-indulgent here and show you a play that we had just last Thursday. I'm the line judge on this mixed crew game, and watch this. This just made me very proud. I bet you can't guess what's coming up here. You got a blindside block. And we had 3 flags on that, guys. Outstanding. 3 flags. So that'll do it for this edition of OCFOA Plays of the Week. I want to thank all you that have been sending me plays. I really appreciate it. Please keep it up. I apologize again for my smoker's voice. Hopefully the next version will be a little cleaner. It's Mark Andrews signing off.